red light now on?
I don't see a red light, I also don't know if the sound levels are accurate, but perhaps you do,
There we go.
because it would be quite a shame to have a talking face with no voice.
It would. There we go. That's brilliant.
All right.
Thanks, Chuck.
Okay, so are we ready to roll?
We are. Thank you.
Okay, I'm Dr. Charles Benbrook. I'm a professor at Washington State University in the Pacific Northwest in the U.S. I've worked for a number of years in studying the impact of different farming systems on the nutritional quality of food and the safety of food. I've done work over many years on the impact of different farming systems on pest management and pesticide use, as well as on the risks that follow the use of pesticides. I've worked on a number of different projects that have been of interest to the Soil Association, and my research findings have, over the years, been used in various reports that the Soil Association has issued. I've participated in a number of meetings that have also included representatives of the Soil Association, and I'm here in the UK for a month working with a team of scientists at the University of Newcastle, and was pleased to be able to come down to London this week to meet with a number of people, including the Soil Association. I've been tracking the emergence and spread of glyphosate-resistant weeds in the United States now for over a decade, and have tried to quantify the impact of the emergence and spread of glyphosate-resistant weeds on herbicide use in the U.S. And it is now very clear from official USDA pesticide use data that glyphosate-resistant weeds have dramatically pushed upward herbicide use on corn, soybean, and cotton acres planted to so-called Roundup Ready or genetically engineered varieties. In the United States today, somewhere between 75 million and 100 million acres are infested with one or more glyphosate-resistant weeds. In the southeastern U.S., where Roundup Ready soybeans are often grown in rotation with Roundup Ready cotton, many farmers have 2 and some farmers have 3 glyphosate-resistant weeds on their farms. Analytical work done by the weed management community, both academic scientists and industry scientists in the U.S., confirm that the presence of one glyphosate-resistant weed in a field raises weed management costs about $25 per acre, and the presence of 2 or more glyphosate-resistant weeds increases costs by $50 or more. That $50 increase about doubles the farmer's expenditures on herbicides, if not triples it. So this is not only a grave concern to the farmer in terms of the cost of the additional herbicides that they need, but they also are facing the vastly increased cost of the GE seeds, which in the case of cotton are 5 times more expensive than conventional cottonseed. And in the case of corn and soybeans, the differentials are between 3 and 4 times higher than conventional seeds. So there's a big premium being paid for these genetically engineered varieties, and unfortunately now farmers are also having to spend substantially more money on herbicides to deal with the now glyphosate-resistant weeds that are often referred to as super weeds. The response by farmers in the U.S. in the years ahead is expected to include purchasing seeds that are genetically engineered to tolerate multiple other herbicides, which is really just going to accelerate a kind of herbicide arms race where more and more products are applied on a given crop field, and this will, of course, merely accelerate and broaden the overall problem with resistant weeds. So American farmers are really facing a critical juncture now. In order to deal with the problem of glyphosate-resistant weeds, they're going to have to diversify their weed management systems and not rely so heavily on one herbicide. And it's also going to entail planting more acres to conventional crop varieties and using other non-chemical methods to deal with the populations of resistant weeds that they're now contending with.
Thank you. Do you have any messages for the UK farmers or the UK government?
Well, just as any new technology is offered to UK farmers, look at the experience of other farmers in other countries that have adopted the technologies and try to learn from their experience and their mistakes. I mean, I think there have been some grave mistakes made in terms of over-relying on Roundup Ready technology in both the U.S. and in Argentina and Brazil. And farmers in those countries are really about to pay the piper for that over-reliance.
Thank you very much, Dr. Charles Benbrook.
You're welcome. Okay.
Brilliant. Thank you
Good.
for taking that time.